Okay, so I'm streaming. We're going to wait a minute or two to see who else can pop in, and after that, I'm just going to crack on. I don't know what the quality is going to be like. First time trying this. Hopefully, it turns out okay. They look all right. I think so. Yeah, you can see what's going on, can't you? Everyone hear me okay? Do I need to be louder? I'm going to try and mute my laptop actually. And can you still hear me? Great. Cheers, Gina. Wait a minute or two till it's past. I'll take you on a tour around my lovely living room. There's a door. There's a TV.
What you can't see is red.
Okay, it's past. Okay, let's crack on. Okay, so this is my lovely assistant, my Debbie McGee, if you will. My lovely wife Sam. Say hello, Sam.
Hello.
Aries is locked out. Okay, he'd run the shop.
Who is that, Shane?
No, that's Mark. Okay. Okay, right. So we're gonna do. It looks like a fireplace, doesn't it? But it's disconnected. It's just there for effect at this point. It used to work. Right, leg locks. I'm going to see how well we can do this. Trying to do it live over the internet. I can't watch you. I'm going to have to try and take some feedback. I'm not going to sit here for 5 minutes while you guys do it and sit here in silence. I'm going to try and run through some technique, give you a bit of a chance to do it, but try and do it as we're doing it. Okay, I'll go over a few times, try and do it at the same time. I apologize to all the wives or husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends out there that are being dragged into this. You're going to have your ankle snapped off. You know, I know you do it out of love for your partner. That's brilliant of you. Okay. Right. So let's start. I'm going to maybe work backwards a little bit. I'm going to start with where we want to be at the end, and then we're going to work how to get there. Okay. So we're gonna start. I'm trying to read some comments as I go. Okay. Right. We're going to start with the leg lock itself. The only legal leg lock in IBJJF below brown, so purple and below, can only do a straight leg lock, ankle lock. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to apply that, to show you my preference, then a couple of entries. Okay, so have someone ready to snap on their leg. Okay, so if you want to go on your back for me, please, Sam. Can you move your head round to here? A bit closer so you can see. That's it. Okay, so we've got an ankle. Okay, we're going to cause a load of pain on this Achilles tendon. Okay, now there's a couple of ways you can do this. I'm going to show you two. Take the move the leg around to here. So let's get it on camera. I'm going to put my arm at 90 degrees across here. Okay, what that does is it means that the pressure here, the surface area, the cross-sectional area is very small, so the pressure is higher. If I was to have like this, so diagonally across her leg, the force would be spread out across my whole forearm, and the pressure wouldn't be as high. I want it to be a tiny little pinpoint here. So if you can move that way for me now. So here, flow my elbow forwards, my arm is directly across her ankle. I'm using the bony part of my wrist here. Straight in, hand on, keep it here tight. Now you can practice this. She's not going to resist. She's going to let me do it. You can just, if you get it right, you should be able to just get a quick tap. Get your hand ready to tap. You can do it. You can get a quick tap here. Okay, nice and simple. This isn't my preferred way to do it, but it's one way, and you can try it. And it has worked well for me in the past. I have a better, well, I do have another way that I prefer. Okay, give that a quick go. I'll try and read some comments if anything's happened yet. No, okay. Everyone give that a quick shot. Arm across the ankle, bony part of your wrist here. 90 degrees. Give it a squeeze. Put your hips in. Come back over here. The second way, whilst you're doing that, you can kind of watch as well. The second way to do this would be to figure 4. To go here, hand on the shin, hand on your own wrist. Okay? It's not as devastating because your arm is at an angle. Okay? I haven't got that lovely 90-degree sharp cut across the ankle. I am kind of diagonally across it. I accept that for the benefit of having a more secure position. If she tries to pull out of this, she can't get out. She probably could eventually, okay? But if I put it like this, although it's really painful, she starts twisting her heel, she can get her foot out, okay? So I'm going to sacrifice a bit of pressure to have a better secure lock. I can still tap her with this, but she can't get away as easily, okay? There are some submissions that this is the dilemma. You choose between security and control over force and braking ability. With a knee bar, for example, you can use 2 hands on it and pull on the knee bar. Putting it in your armpit, you won't get as much leverage, but it's harder for them to get out. Okay, so here, second way to try it. First way is here. Make sure you all have a go at this, and then here, figure 4. Trying to get as low to the ankle as possible. Still trying to apply the same principles. Okay, trying to use bony parts of your arm onto that Achilles tendon, but accepting that we can't get 90 degrees across the ankle. So here, okay. I'll let you guys have a quick play with that. You should be able to get a tap without sitting into the lock. You should be able to stand up, pull their foot up, and get a tap. Yeah, Gina, I'm glad you like that. Yeah, you're right. It can be a good variation if people do have grip issues. Right. I'm going to move on. I'm going to assume you've had a go. If you haven't, sorry. I'll leave the video up so you can watch it again later. Also, I'm going to be available for questions after this video. If you want to message me, you can do it through Facebook or whatever. Speak to Gina if you're not on my friends list, and she'll put you in contact with me if you need to ask him questions. Right, Mark's asked, elbow flared out for the first one. Yes, because that will bring your arm to the camera. That will bring your arm here, so you're 90 degrees across. Can I borrow your leg again, please? Okay, so I'm going to do this angle like this. Okay, so you can see that here I'm cutting across the whole leg at an angle, so that there'll be more surface area. If I can flare my elbow, now I'm cutting straight across. Okay, so the surface area is lower, so I can get more force in there. No worries. I hope that helps, Marcus. Now, with the first one, although it's not secure, it's so powerful that if you can snap it on quick, which please don't do right now or with training partners, but in a competition or a situation where you want to do this, if you snap it on quick, you can get a tap. So you may not, you may make that determination in the contest that you want to apply that quick submission and force a tap quickly. You might be able to get away with that rather than trying to set up a different grip, which you may not be able to get hold of. You may just grab this, snap it on, and get a tap. So get comfortable with both. There may be a place for either one. No worries, Mark. Okay. That said now, okay, so you should be able to apply it just by standing up with it. Okay, you should be able to just put it on. Okay, you'll get much more force though if you're locked in on position. So let's do a couple of entries. I'm going to do a simple one. So if Sam's on her back to me, make sure you're in the camera shot. Can you come over here? Yeah. Now we're going to do this lock off of single leg X. Okay, single leg X being one knee up through the middle, 1 foot across. What angle can we get to? I think the best way you guys can view this. Let me bring the camera down. That might be a bit better. So I'm sitting under one leg here, and this comes over the hip. Now, a lot of times I'll bring this foot underneath this one. There's 2 reasons for this. So when I'm in, this one comes over and locks. This will stop her rolling out. So if she tries to roll to her left, which might be on the camera, it's reversed. Okay, but yeah, if you try and roll to your left, here, my foot is trapping her. Okay, whereas if it was under this thigh, here, she might be able to roll and get some movement. Okay, the other reason is by having it under that thigh, I can. So can you move your head that way, please? And lay flat, yeah. So I should probably put the different colour trousers on. By having it under this one, I can't pinch my legs together as well. And if I had my foot under the opposite thigh, under here, they clamp together a little bit better. It's up to you. I do sometimes use this. I've got quite strong, stumpy little legs, so it works quite well for me. But you may prefer to go here, okay? You'll see that my foot has come quite far. This would be illegal. I'd be DQ'd for this if I had a leg lock on in an IBJJF competition. The rule is, for knee reaping, it's when your leg goes around the back and over the front and across the center line, whilst you have trapped this ankle in your armpit. Or if they're standing up and their foot is on the floor. In those 2 situations, their foot is on the floor or it's trapped in your armpit, you can't put this across the center line. Right now, it's not my armpit, I could do that. No problem, no disqualification. But if I put it under my armpit, I can put it here. That's no disqualification. Okay? But if it goes my armpit, or if she was standing up, which one I'll show you again in a minute, then that would be a disqualification. Okay? So you've got to be kind of careful when you're doing this. Put your foot just onto the bone of the hip. Okay? Don't put it all the way across because that's a DQ. Okay? So keep it here. So simple entry for this. She's wearing guard. I'm in her guard. She's trying to put her clothes guard on me. But I keep my knee up for a combat base here. And I just put my foot around here. And we're in. Okay? We're straight into our single leg X. I did go past center line. Okay, I'm going to do it for IBJJF competition. I'm here. Back. Also, you can't turn in. You have to turn out. It's also a foul to turn inwards. Okay, so you've got to be here and turn this way. Then from here, you put on your leg lock. I'm not a huge fan of this leg lock. I think that this position here is quite weak. It gives her a chance to attack. I'm going to show you a slightly better variation in a minute. But let me explain why. If Sam is to get up, you can get this knee underneath you. She can then climb on top of me. If you can get your arms around my head and my arm or something, yeah. And she can start attacking me. Okay? So I'm not a huge fan of that position. But let's do it again. Because we're gonna do the same thing and we're gonna adapt it to make it a better position. So we're in guard, but we've got our knee in, so she can't close her guard up. Okay, we're using a combat base here. I really should have used different color trousers, shouldn't I? It's all black and all mixed together. Okay, and I'm gonna take this foot around the top, pull her in, sit back, and we can attack our leg lock. Okay, that's one entry into it. So give that a go. I'll see if there's any questions. Please don't boot your partner in the head as you go. Okay, cool. I don't think there's any questions so far. Gina, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the rule explanation. It's a complicated one. And even referees, I've seen get it wrong and disqualify people for being close to the line, not necessarily making close to a foul at all, but they put the foot over without trapping the ankle, which is absolutely fine. But referees have still seen it. They've seen a foot come across and they've DQ'd the guy. It's not really a foul. It's a really, I don't think it's a good rule. I think it's a silly rule, but you know, I don't make them. I play by them. Okay, if your opponent pulls it across and puts themselves into a foul position. So if I have Sam's leg. Okay, if we're in this position here, she grabs my foot and pulls it across her center line. Here, putting me into a foul position and putting herself in a foul position. Okay, under the rules, she gets disqualified for putting herself into a foul position. Okay, I have seen it done, and I have seen people disqualified. I've seen people do this to get their opponent disqualified, and it's worked. So I've seen, like, in this position, Sam would put my foot across, and then I get disqualified, and I've seen that happen. Okay, it's rubbish. But the IBJJF have now clarified, and they've got a rule that says if you put yourself into that position or into a foul position, you get disqualified. So I think that's quite a good ruling. Okay, right. I'm gonna do a different entry. Okay, so that's a simple from the guard entry. I'm gonna do one if they're standing. So stand up on our feet. We do have a simple tripod sweep. Please be careful because you're probably, like us, you're not on mats. Okay, I've got some mats, but I lent them out. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take her down from here. I'm gonna do it very gently. Please be gentle with your training partners. Okay. Make sure they don't bang their head on any furniture as they go down because we're all in the house here. I'm going to be back a little bit. We've got some more space. You can see what's going on. Okay, so we're here. I'm going to, if I can, get inside control. Not always possible, but sometimes it is. And there's a load of things you can do. You can sit up and you can play these sitting guards, shin on shin and stuff, and use this for entries. But if you've got someone big and strong, so if you step your leg back a bit, and we're going to pretend that Sam's big and strong. And I sit into here, and I'm trying to get this leg lock. She's big and strong. She's not going to fall over. And in an MMA fight, I'm dead. I'm going to get my face punched in. And if she's got anything about her, she's just going to unpeel my legs, push my foot to the side, and start passing my guard. Okay. So I'm not going to try and leg lock her from here. I need to get her on the floor first. Okay. So I'm going to use a tripod sweep. You may know a tripod sweep or a broom sweep, as we call it sometimes. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to show anything too different to what you already know if you already know it. Okay, one hand on an ankle. Okay, well, if I can get hold of both, that'd be even better. But she's probably going to have a staggered stance. So one foot on the hip. I don't care which foot. Put that one if you like. It doesn't matter. Okay, the other foot goes behind her ankle. Here, I hooked it this way. If you happen to have the other foot, then you do it like this. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Here. And as I take her down, I'm going to do it carefully for two reasons. One, my main reason is because I don't want to hurt my partner. But I also want to take her down slowly so I have control so I can enter a leg lock position. So pretend I've done it fast. I blast her, boom, and she falls over. She's well away from me, and now I need to get up and recover that leg. But she will have attacked me by then, I would have thought. Or she would have done something. Okay, back up. So I'm going to take her down with control. So we're fighting the guard. If I can get inside control, if I can get hold of this, great. Okay, I may be up here. If I'm not in a gi, I'm probably going to be sitting up. If I'm in a gi, then I'm going to be back here to hide my collar. Okay, grab the ankle here, take her down, but keep hold of this. Really take a good grip here as she goes down. Keep hold of it. Scoop the knee, pull yourself in. Okay, and you can manufacture the position however you need to do it. Whichever leg you had in, you can correct it. Okay, let me show you again. So we're here. I get hold of this. Maybe I'll go this way. This might be easier to get the finish. As she goes down, I keep hold of it. and just sit into the position. Manufacture it as you need to. Okay, to here. When you're doing a broom sweep or a tripod sweep, here's a cool detail that might really help you. Keep their foot up. That makes a huge difference. Let me explain. Sam, so when I sweep you, so you stand up, I'm going to sweep you down, and I want you to try and get back up on top of me, okay? So here, I sweep her down, try and get back up. By keeping this ankle up, it makes it very difficult for her. I'm not going to say she can't, but it's difficult for her to get back up if I keep this up. And I can start now getting into my position. Okay, so have a go at the broom sweep or tripod sweep. Grab an ankle so you're here. Anything you can get hold of. Get hold of an ankle. That's all you need to do. So Sam's up. We're fighting here. She's trying to pass my guard. I see an ankle, get it. That's all I need. Okay. So give that a go. No questions? Okay. Apologies to any partners who are being slammed across a living room at the moment. At least try to avoid putting them through the TV. That's quite expensive. I'm going to move on in a second. So we've got 2 entries so far. Just as a quick recap, we've done 2 ways to apply the leg lock, and we've done an entry from guard. You're in their guard using combat base, and we've done an entry from being underneath, broom sweep, so inside control, broom sweep, and then attack the leg. Okay, getting into position. Right, now I said that I didn't like that leg lock very much, and I said I'd show you a better way to do it, which is what I'm going to show you now. Okay, and the really nice thing about this that I'm going to show you is that it's the same thing that you should also do if you are allowed to heel hook. Okay, and that is that we're going to pass the foot to the other side. So if I have to hold a Sam's leg here. Now some people, and under IBJF rules, I've got to turn this way and apply. And I can probably make Sam tap. I'm bigger and stronger than her. But I find it, I've never been tapped with it. Okay, in competition, I've had people ripping on my leg. I've had it hurt, but I've never been tapped with this. Whenever anyone's ever tried this on me, they've lost the match to me. I'm not going to say it's because I'm really good. I'm going to say it's because it's a rubbish technique, in my opinion. Some guys can make it work, I guess. I'm not, as I say, I'm not because I've got fantastic leg lock defense or anything like that. It's because the person doing it to me is restricted by a very strict rule set. If they were allowed to do more, they probably could tap me, but they can't because they're restricted by what they're allowed to do using this leg lock. Okay, I'm going to show you a variation that makes it way better, way better. Takes a little bit of control, not loads though. I have loads of success with this in the gym. When I roll with guys and we're playing leg locks, I do this all the time, they switch over. Okay, so we've got our legs here, single leg X. If we were doing heel hooks, this wouldn't be great for me to do an outside heel hook. If I go here, sure, it looks nasty, but I haven't got control of her leg. This single leg X will stop her rolling that way, but it won't stop her rolling that way. So if I go here and you roll into the front, I can't stop that. Now she should just keep rolling, pull her leg out. Okay, come back, please. With a heel hook, you want to lock your legs on the same side as the heel. So I would want to come onto the outside here. Instead of being in my single leg X here, I'd want to be there. And then I could, if I was here, I could switch my legs to the outside and do a heel hook. Okay, but it's very simple now for her to take this leg, put it across my center, all the way over, and she now has access to an inside heel hook. You can see, yeah, but she can now get an inside heel hook, which is devastating, way worse. Okay, so playing an outside heel hook game isn't great. Okay, you can do it, and I tap people with it, absolutely, but you've got to get people that don't really know what they're doing on leg locks, and you've got to be way better than them. Okay, so for a heel hook game, if I'm here, the other option, rather than putting my legs to the same side as the hook, is to put the hook to the same side as the lock. Okay, and that's the same thing we're going to do for this IBJJF legal technique. Okay, rather than trying to go here and apply it, when she could now climb up, you can climb up and get on top of me, maybe even take my back. Okay, if I'm hanging on here. Okay, instead of doing that, we're going to keep it locked in tight with our legs and at the knee. Take this hand, lean back, pop it across to the other side, and come back up. Okay, so we could inside heel hook if we're playing heel hooks, but we're just going to do exactly the same lock, but because it's on the other side of our body, we get a massive amount of torque, and you won't appreciate it until you try it. I could do it with one hand loose, halfway up her leg, and I'll get a tap. Okay, it's so much more powerful having her leg coming across your body to this side. This now becomes a real legitimate technique, and this is legal. You can do this in IBJJF. It's the same technique, except instead of having it here, you take it to here, and now it's really devastating. And she can't get up as easily. She gets up to try and take my back. This is much, much harder. Okay, because my leg is now involved here. I'm pushing her away as I pull on the leg, on the ankle. Let me show you that again. We're in single leg X here. We're trying to get this lock, okay, but it's not very powerful, and she might start getting up. So I'm going to keep hold of everything. Keep my legs are pinched tight, okay. Maybe you can't see it too well, but if she tries to pull away from me, she can't. I'm squeezing. Everything's pulled in. My knees are together and my feet are pulled into my bum. Here, so I'm going here and here. Okay, I'm going to keep hold of her knee so she can't get away. Get my bum close to her bum. Always want my hips close. Here, take the leg, pass it across. Now, with my hand's still on it, I'm going to lock it up here. This doesn't matter anymore because I've got so much leverage with my hips, so much force I can apply here. Okay, I can put my foot where I want. I put it on her ribs if I like. I don't need to even be on the hips. I can be here. There's so much power in this lock that this now becomes much more important to have this secure grip rather than the pressure grip. Okay, and then, so one more time. We're here in single leg X. We're going to hold everything in tight, pass it to the other side, and put it underneath. Okay, this is the one leg lock I would suggest that you might want to try. It's really the only one you're allowed to do here or here. This one's virtually useless, in my opinion. Pass it to this side, and it becomes super devastating. Okay, so give that a quick go, or take as long as you like, because that's pretty much all I'm going to show you. If you've got any questions, fire them up now. If I think of anything in the next minute or two, I'm going to throw that in as well, but I can't. I might just do a quick recap at the end. Okay, but if you've got any questions, put them up now. Oh yeah, Gina said be very gentle with heel hooks. Yeah, don't do any heel hooks. Okay, that was simply for information. I didn't show you how to do a heel hook. Okay, I was just saying that once you do come on to doing heel hooks, then this is totally applicable to that as well. Gina makes an excellent point. Please don't do heel hooks on each other. If you've got your your sweet old mum helping you out, please don't break her knee off. Okay, don't do any heel hooks tonight. Okay, stick to the Achilles tendon lock and put them on gently, because this final lock that I showed you will really, really cripple someone if you smash it on. Please do not. Tighten what up? The whole thing? I don't follow what you're asking me, Gina. So when we've got the lock, yeah, you don't have to tighten it up that much. But yeah, you should always be as tight as you can. If it isn't tight, it isn't right. That's a simple mantra to live by for jiu-jitsu. Right, I'm going to do a quick recap, and then I think we're going to call it a day. Okay, so we have two ways to apply the leg lock. Okay, the best angle I found is this. Bring your head to here, please. So here we go 90 degrees across the ankle. Here Okay, pulling it into here, and I can get a tap from here. Yeah. Okay, that's one way. Or you can do it this way. Okay, this is more secure, less painful, more secure. But as we saw later on, it doesn't matter. Okay, oh, just in a comment, let me see. If you have poor leg or grip mobility. Okay, right. Yes. Let me run through my recap, and then I'll add that bit on afterwards. Okay, I'll try and give you some variations. In all honesty, I've got decent mobility and good grip, so it's not an issue that I've had to deal with, but I will do my best to try and answer that for you. Okay. So we've got two ways to apply the leg lock. We've got two entries, one from top, one from bottom. Okay. So we're in the guard, but we've got the guard open, and we're here using a combat base. Got this one up on the hip. Fantastic. You get exactly where I want it. I'm going to step in nice and deep. Get myself in nice and close, holding onto that knee, pulling it in so she can't get away from me. I'm not going to kick her in the face as I step over. And I'm going to sit back, but as I sit back, I sit in. So I'm close to her, okay, into this position. Okay, I can go here for the lock, but that's not going to work. So I'm going to pass it to the other side, into here, and apply it, okay? Or if she was up, standing over me, if I'm in a gi, I'll be on my back, as I said. If I've got no gi, I'll be fighting here, protecting my chin, though. Oh, I see her foot. Fantastic. Get inside control here. Take her down. Keep hold of it so she can't get back up. And sit back into my position. Okay? And from here, put that on. Okay? Right. So to tighten this up, if you haven't got great grip, okay, so you can't do this grip, fine, okay, you can just use your wrists. We're here. What's the best angle? Let me do it this side. You can see. Okay, so we're here. Okay, I put my wrist on and my wrist on. Can you pull out this?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she can't get away. I'm not using it. I'm not using a grip at all. Okay, just my wrists. So hopefully that will help. Okay, regarding leg mobility, yeah, it's going to be tough. You need to be close. And you need to have your legs wrapped around it. I'm trying to think of a simple way to explain a variation or a simple way to do that without good leg mobility. You're going to struggle, if I'm honest. If you haven't, you've got to be able to sit in, and you've got to be able to put your leg over. That shouldn't be too difficult for most people. I understand that some people won't be able to, and I can't give you anything simpler than that at this stage. I can try and think about something and come up with an answer, but you know, if that's too difficult for you, you know, I don't know what to suggest. And then from here, pass it across, go wrist. You can't see what I'm doing. Wrist on wrist. Mark's saying, what about the outside leg behind the knee, not the hip? Not sure I understand. Let me look. Sorry, Sam. So here, and behind that knee, do you mean? Sorry, come this way. So here, and under there. Now, I think that might be what you mean. You could do that. I would triangle it. It would be completely illegal to make this work. You're going to have to bring this leg across, close this up. There's an angle here, like that. Yeah. So this is nowhere near secure enough. So to make this happen, we have to lock it like this. Okay, which sometimes I do, but it's completely illegal for IBJJF. It's also not necessary for an inside heel hook. So you can come to here, and it'll make it really hard for her to roll out of anything. But it's an unnecessary entanglement you don't need to get into. Okay. Simply by being in a single leg X position, putting this to here. This is just going to destroy her. She's not walking again for 6 months. Okay. Here, I've got the finish 2. To go to here, I'm going to have to break the IBGF rules. And it doesn't, I don't think it gives you really too much extra benefit. He's saying for mobility purposes. Yeah, if you can, but I think it might even be harder because you would need to triangle the legs. You go under one knee, this one would have to come across and under there to make it secure. That might be more tricky than a single leg X. What part of the forearm are you applying the submission with? Okay, if I'm going for the high elbow version, then I'm using this part of my wrist. If I'm using the grip, doesn't really matter. Any part of my forearm. Their leg's coming off. It doesn't really matter which part of you's on there. I could do it with my bicep if I wanted to. Mark, I have no idea what you're talking about, the other leg. Sorry, I'm not sure what. Do you mean come over their leg and under their other knee? I don't follow. Sorry. I'm going to say it's probably what you're saying sounds complicated to me, and it's probably going to be complicated for someone trying to do it. Maybe it's not. Maybe you've got a valid point. I don't know. We can talk about it offline, and maybe I'll make an amendment. Shane, do you prefer shooting straight up into the single leg X from your back, or prefer broom sweep entry? Shane, I'm going to guess that you came into this a little late because I did explain this earlier. Okay, I'll explain it again in a minute. Okay, cheers, Mark. Right, so Shane, to answer your question, 10 push-ups for being late. Okay, so Sam's up on her feet. Okay, if I shoot into single leg X from here to here, if she's strong, okay, I'm not going to be able to apply anything here. I'm going to have to try and sweep her first. I have to get her to the floor. And there are different sweeps you can try. You can try and push them over and things. You can try and get to stuff, but I need to get her to the floor. I can't leg lock her from here. Okay, and if she's just going to unpeel my legs. So, yeah. Which she remembers from doing it 10 minutes ago when I actually showed this the first time. Okay. So trying to get anything here is going to be difficult. And I'm trying to be gentle. My hips would be much higher. I mean, I'd be up here. And maybe I can anchor her to the floor because I'm a lot bigger than her. But if she's big and strong, big, thick legs, it's not going to happen. Okay. I mean, I tried it on Billy. It was really, really hard. Okay. Guys big and it's hard to get them over this. But you can sweep them. It's a lot easier. The other problem is, if you're here, okay, for Jiu-Jitsu, we can play this game. But as I said earlier, if you're paying attention, in an MMA fight, I'm dead. She starts throwing bombs on me, right? I mean, we've all seen Pride with the little Japanese guy, like Yuki Nakai, trying to fight. But I guess he gets them over and gets it, right? But he gets his face beaten in the process. And I've seen lots of Japanese guys get their faces beaten in trying this. You need to get them to the floor first, okay? Yeah, I don't need your life story, Shane. Okay, I think that's it. Hopefully that answers most of your questions. If you've got any, fire them up now or forever hold your peace. Okay, right. I think that went quite well. Went much more than 20 minutes. Sorry if you were budgeted for time. I tried to cover as much as I could with what we've got. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for supporting the gym. And to the Gina students, thank you for supporting her. That's awesome. Really appreciated. So I'm going to say bye. See you later.